last but definitely not least in our series on the Czech system is going to be the Versov. We got that early knight c3. Now, there's a couple different ways to play this in my mind, but I wanted to give more of a Sicilian feel. So my main line is going to be with c5. If you just want to avoid the Versov altogether and you're comfortable with playing this, we can do a Philidor with e5 here, or we can go for a Czech system with c6. And expert Darcy Lindy did a good series for us on the Czech system in the past. You can take a look at that if you're interested in, especially if you're a King's Indian player too and you're just watching this for fun. This is one of the ways that I recommend just avoiding the Versov theory altogether and forcing them into a king-pawn opening. So after knight c3, I recommended c5. So we got a couple of different lines to go through here. Let's start with the side lines. If d takes c5, queen a5, get the pawn back. And it's mostly just going for a structure with e6. g6 was also a possibility, but I like e6 because it keeps the knight out of d5. And we're back to a Sicilian pawn structure. I've tried to keep that flavor all throughout the course. Just protecting everything. And this is double-edged, definitely. Both sides have their merits, but black is definitely starting to get the better of it. Love those knights. And this game was eventually won by black. So next, after c5, what about the immediate bishop g5? And much like a Sicilian again, we're going for the structure. Queen c7, because e5 is now a threat. Stopping it all together. Staying flexible, staying solid. We don't mind trading down. Just as solid as we can be, go the other way. We got a pawn, now we give a pawn. And it's a vicious attack for white if you're not careful what you're doing, so I don't mind making it to an endgame. And he's doing a little tickle action. And rooks versus the rook and knight versus the knights. That's not really going to be much of a competition. Position gets open. We just hit the targets and make it look easy. And that was in Rapport, Adiban, and Tata Steel 2017. So the last line is, again, the most popular with d5. And anytime d5 is played in the Czech Benoni, we play e5. So we're back to our old tricks. And a little bit different than when they have the pawn on c4. They have this option with bishop b5 check. We say no thank you. And we're going to go for a King's Indian structure with g6, bishop g7. And again, we're playing for f5. This is the typical motif in these closed pawn structures. Making sure our d-pawn is protected by our queen. Go away. He didn't mind giving up the rook because he's getting wicked play here. f5. And you can trade, but it's not going to help. The knights are just too good here. He had to give the piece back. All the pressure. No fun for white. Mate threats. Outside passer for the win. Rodstein, Andrekin, Champions Challenge 2006. And that's going to conclude our series for the Czech Benoni. And hopefully you enjoyed it. This I made specifically for a student to be able to study for upcoming tournaments. We're trying out some new systems this year, and this is in my opinion, the King's Indian Light. If you like ideas from the King's Indian, you have a lot of those themes mastered. This is something to play in blitz on occasion. I even had the privilege to play it against Laquang Liam and missed the opportunity to play bishop g5 to equalize, and then he just rolled me. Respect. But I don't think it's a bad opening. I think the computer looks very, very harshly at it. But in the very least, it's a surprise weapon. And, try it out. Tell me what you think in the comments.